how do you produce such high quality live streams, Gamer Muscle? Few people care to know the answer to. Well, what I do is I use the AverMedia Live Gamer 4K 2.1. Now, why, Gamer Muscle, would you use the AverMedia Live Gamer 4K 2.1 for your live streams? Well, because we used to use a rather convoluted setup that had some technical problems. For those of you that don't know, the way I like to do my live streams is I have a main PC here, which has the graphics card, does all the game rendering, has all the USB ports that the wheel, the pedals, the joysticks, the pigeons, everything plugs into this main PC here. But the graphics card then sends a signal out to a capture PC, which has OBS on it, which then encodes the video signal into what you can see. That means that my web cameras, my audio, the game rendering, all the scene rendering, all that stuff is completely separate from what's happening on the PC, so it doesn't affect the performance of the video games. Now, from the streaming PC, a cable then goes out to the monitor, which allows us to basically see what's going on, and it works as if we've just plugged the monitor straight into the gaming PC in the first place. Now, with the previous setup that we used, I had to use a downscaler card, a duplicator, and then pass that into a capture card on the streaming PC. It would downscale it to 1080p 60, and then it would generally work. Apart from occasionally, every few hours, the monitor would go blank, which was very exciting and quite good for comedic effect, but not so good for actually getting good race results. That also required, with our previous setup, to have a whole ton of cables coming out of the capture card, out of the PC, into the capture PC, and then routing it all back. It was just more convoluted. The more equipment you have, the worse things generally are. However, thanks to this AverMedia Live Gamer 4K 2.1 capture card, I love how they name these products. Now we just have the one cable from this PC to this PC, and then the cable out to the monitor. So it's basically a two cable solution instead of a 4 cable solution. Also, with this AverMedia Live Gamer 4K 2.1 capture card, we now have the ability to do variable refresh rate that you might also know as G-Sync. So the monitor, which in this case is an LG C1 OLED, which can run at 120 Hz, can run at its full capacity without any issues at all. And in the future, if I change this monitor to a 144 FPS ultra wide or some other solution, this capture card will be able to pass through the signal from the computer and fully maximize the features of those future monitors that we might use. Though I really do like these C1 OLED monitors, so we probably won't do that anytime soon. But yeah, so we've been doing quite a few live streams recently, and this has been absolutely bomb-proof stable. Yesterday we did a 15-hour live stream with no cutouts or any problems whatsoever, no delay, no latency, no like stutter building up or any issues. The day before that we did a 12-hour live stream, and the day before that we did a 13-hour live stream, all with that computer never being rebooted, the one with the capture card in it, and it all just worked. I turned my computer on, turned the capture PC on, or in my case I just leave it on, turn it on, and it just works. And that, if you do live streaming for your job in your life because you're pathetic, having things just work is really what you want to go for and what you look for. So I've actually really been enjoying using this capture card. Now, with those positives, there are a couple of things to be aware of. One of them is that this has a very nice RGB shroud heatsink type thing on it, which makes it look nice, but unfortunately, if you have a small motherboard and also have a large graphics card, means that this will block the airflow into your graphics card on your capture PC. And in my case, it fits very, very flush indeed. Fortunately, I've not had any issues with my graphics card overheating because there is still some airflow to the graphics card, but it really did catch me by surprise how much this was blocking off airflow to the graphics card. If you've got a larger motherboard or larger PC case as well, then it probably wouldn't be a problem. You could just put this in a lower PCI Express port, and if you've got a smaller graphics card, it wouldn't be a problem. but it could potentially be an issue for those of you using a smaller PC for OBS encoding, which is quite common. The other thing that's worth saying is that this, though working really nice and I think actually fantastic for what I'm using it for, this is basically, from all I can tell, very similar to their USB external version of this. So you could just get that USB external card and plug that into a USB port and basically have pretty much the exact same features. I would still myself go for the internal one, even though it's basically the same device, largely because I like to have everything, when live streaming, I like to have it all plugged into the PC. I like it all to just turn on and work seamlessly, and I've personally found you get more issues with USB than you do when you just have something going into PCI. But that could be good for some people that don't want to fiddle around too much with installing a new card or don't have much space and they just want to get the USB external version of this. But I think I would have liked this to actually be slightly different and have even more features on it, as well as being internal. But that's worth considering, that you could just get the external one or the internal one. It doesn't really matter. They're basically the same sort of device. So really, I have to say, from our testing, this has actually been pretty damn good so far. The biggest thing with it, I think, is the fact it has that variable refresh rate pass-through to 144 Hertz with 4K. And then obviously being able to record at 4K 60 means that you could do really high quality recordings. For me, with my live streaming, I tend to live stream at 2560 by 1440 at 60 Hertz. So I'm not even getting close to the maximum recording quality of this. Now, if you want to see what the quality is like of our live streams, well, guess what? You can subscribe and you can watch our live streams both on YouTube and on Twitch when we go live, and that will give you a really good idea of what this looks like. You could also watch previous live streams as well. I would say I am not in a position to do full-on testing of the quality of this capture card. It's not really what I do, but there's some really good reviews of this card and side-by-side tests with the video quality and more of an analysis, pixel peeping of the quality. I will link under this video to those videos that will give you more of an in-depth technical analysis. For me, this is now my solution that I am using, and so far this has been absolutely rock solid and definitely beats out my previous downscaler convoluted cable solution, simplifying things and allowing me to produce more arduous, torturous live stream content for you guys more seamlessly. So there you go. That's the AverMedia Live Gamer 4K 2.1. Thanks to AverMedia for sending it to me, and thanks for you guys for watching this video. Make sure to click the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Until the next one, happy tea drinking, and goodbye everyone.